All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua HaBarakakodash. Double honor to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which you ought to be. There's brother Hawadia. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who had a shame of looking like heathens, who still bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who the world only calls Jehovah God of Yahweh. In the name of the Heavenly Son, and Yahweh Shai, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, who is the priest of Yeshua. Quick lesson. Going to the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, in Apocrypha, the 2nd chapter. You know what I'm saying? See where the spirit takes me. If you go further, you know. And there's a post where Iraq and another country, I want to say like France, you know what I'm saying? They pretty much, turn it down, the United States dollar. You know what I'm saying? And then leaning on towards Russia and China, yuan and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, looking at that, it's like, you're going to have a spike in inflation. And shoot, you can see how shit, $40 and whatnot and stuff on getting a couple of things and stuff really be biting your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Even if there's other necessities and stuff that you need, you know, and and uh, uh, and you to be honest and stuff, what you really seeing yourself is really just getting your needs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you seeing that the wants and stuff are getting lesser and lesser, you know, right? So, people got to sit up here and look at it and stuff. That guess what? It's going to be a very tempting time. It's going to be a very tempting time and whatnot and stuff, you see, you know, and to have like certain, uh, uh, you know, it's going to be a very tempting time and stuff because with that inflation, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have because some people and stuff, what they look at it, they'll be like, well, it's just gonna be increasing the food, and it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? America is not as self-sufficient as you think, and you'll have it's not just gonna be the food that costs more. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be uh, uh, a lot of materials and stuff that America is gonna lack, including especially with China. Then everything is made in China. You see? So they're gonna cut that off. And if there's gonna be things that needs replacement, you're not gonna be able to get. And then if there are replacement parts on certain things, they're gonna cost more because they're no longer getting it like that. You know what I'm saying? Right? And that's just part of the troubles. You also get property tax and stuff. That's gonna increase as well. You see, to maintain maintenance, what I'm saying, on wherever you are and whatnot and stuff, right? So it's going to bring a tempting time and whatnot and stuff because people are going to be desperate, what I'm saying, just so they can be at ease, you know, you know,
Hey, how you doing?
finding you.
Good, good, good.
All right, so this is Sprout chapter 2, verse 1. This is my son. If thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You know what I'm saying? Part of the temptations and stuff is going to be people trying to chase after the bag. Now, ain't nothing wrong with getting some more money. You know what I'm saying? But you can't let this time really scare you and stuff. The first thing you need to be doing is leaning upon you. How about you, y'all shy and stuff, that he'll be in your corner and stuff when things get tougher as you see it approach. You know what I'm saying, right? Right? You know, what is it? It's First Timothy's 6 and 9. Let me grab that right quick. Bear with me, because the glare is crazy. First Timothy 6 and 9. It says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. Now, ain't nothing wrong with stuff. There ain't nothing wrong with getting money. And ain't nothing wrong with getting money. And if you can get extra, ain't nothing wrong with that either. You know what I'm saying? But the temptation and stuff is going to be where it will be your focus. Ain't nothing wrong with being prepared, but if your preparedness and stuff is mainly carnal, then guess what? Your attention and stuff will be distracted and stuff from serving the Lord, which that's what you're gonna need in the times to come. You see, it says into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. You know what I'm saying? Perdition, ruin, searching for riches and stuff, ruin. And you're gonna have a lot of individuals where during this time where they're gonna be tempted, you know what I'm saying, to get riches and stuff unjustly getting gotten, unjustly getting, unjustly gotten. You see, you know, that's the, unjustly gotten. You see. So this is verse 10. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith." It says, "And pierced themselves through with many sorrows." See, you know. So there you go. People are just doing anything and stuff just to get their paper. What's that song by Future? I know it's an old one. My fingers, they itching, they itching, they itching for that paper. But guess what? Since it's going to be troublesome, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't be impacted and stuff when this inflation hit all things and not just the food. You know what I'm saying? People won't be itching to get that money. But it's like, oh, I can't, yeah, I'm working one, two, three jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm working one, two, three jobs. Or if it's online or you out there in the field, you know what I'm saying? You got bills are piling up. You know what I'm saying? You thinking that your what's it called, your tax return gonna be healthy and whatnot, but they was taking like a good $1,500-$1,200 stuff. You know what I'm saying? Say if you get like 4,000-5,000 back in tax returns last year and stuff, they were saying that guess what? It was gonna be an increase and stuff where people weren't gonna really get as much as they used to. And it's gonna be more than that. You see? Right? As this place decay and whatnot, a lot of tempting things are gonna come about where people are gonna be like, yeah, I know I ain't supposed to do this, but man, but I need this woo the woo. And most of it, it's not just going to be. Uh, uh, it's Most of it is not going to be your necessaries. It's going to be your wants. You're going to want that internet. You're going to want that. Like even when it comes down to the video games, they're making it where everything is where you can just buy the game online. You know what I'm saying? You know. But then you got that internet tax and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So shit is really becoming very, very expensive. You see, right? So the temptation is going to be like, let me see if I can balance it out instead of just staying on the knees once. And I say, like the main thing that, you know, uh, uh, I mean, well, NASA talk about this internet shutdown and stuff. The main thing is it's just going to be, trying to keep your phone on. But if they do that and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna be, it ain't gonna be no solar storm and stuff where the sun is shooting out this, that, and the third and it's fucking up the earth and whatnot. It ain't no way and stuff, because if that's the case and stuff, that would be all across the world, not just in a certain section. So it's gonna be self-made and stuff, self-afflicting and stuff, where they're gonna purposely do this and stuff to the internet system. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all just it's not just a test. It's just gonna be we gonna well no, it's a trial and error. They tested the people before and whatnot when it came down to the lockdowns and saw people go crazy. They opened up and everybody was like, yes, yes, yes. They're gonna do it a longer period of time. You know what I'm saying? And then when they try to bring it back and whatnot, a lot of people gonna be in a very, very desperate situation. They're gonna be in a desperate situation. You see, you know, and that's when Esau, the full-blooded spirit Caucasian, especially in the higher positions and whatnot, because even in the lower positions, guess what? They're gonna do y'all ass dirty as well. Esau does not give a fuck if you're from the same nation. He'll fuck you over too, because money is more important than your life. You see? Well, actually, your life actually is more. It's an asset in order for him to get the money, because if your life is lost and stuff, or you can't engage from this, that, and the third, you can't get no money. You know what I'm saying? But still, he cares not for the old or the young. And that's in Deuteronomy 28th chapter and stuff, and also in the book of Sirach. You see? So I'm gonna go back to this. It's Sirach 2:1. This is my son. If thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And just because it says son and stuff, it means the women too, you know, right? It says verse 2, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, right? Constantly endure. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you find yourself stuff, failing and being weak and whatnot and stuff, maybe you're gonna have to go on a fast. You know, first and foremost for myself, you're gonna have to go on a fast. You see, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? You know, so in these troublesome times, you're gonna have to sit back, take a deep breath, pray to the Lord and stuff to give you guidance. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't be sitting up there, oh, I gotta hurry up and do this, I gotta hurry up and do that, and woo to woo. You know what I'm saying? Because you can fuck up a lot of stuff when you make haste in those decisions. You see, right? Verse 3, it says, cleave unto him, and that's also an avenue too. When it comes down like an opening for Satan to mess with you and stuff, it's when you're impatient. You see, because you ain't thinking thoroughly or correctly. You see, so this verse 3, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. The main thing that we need to increase in is faith, because that's what's going to be needed when everything is gone, and you can only maintain certain things and whatnot and stuff, and there's chaos out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, probably chaos within the house. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's going to be it's going to be scary to go outside and inside and stuff, whether it's daytime, noontime, or nighttime. You see, you're gonna have to increase in that faith. You know, you're gonna need faith where it's like, the Lord sitting up here telling you, you know, to make a left. I say it like this. Now, it wasn't a situation of faith and stuff, but I was faith to consume what it is that I found. I was riding around. Spirit said, go through the alley. I go through the alley and whatnot and stuff, and I see a bag of fucking onions. Now, I said this before. The onions was kind of small, but then they were still good. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it was a big ass bag of onions and stuff, probably like 50 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting out there, laying on the ground and whatnot and stuff. But for those minion onions and whatnot and stuff, it had to come from like maybe like a restaurant, or maybe somebody who was driving and stuff, thinking they was finna get a stain and put it over to the side and thought they was gonna drive back and get them. But guess what? It was time for me and stuff to get those holes instead of them. So I got him. You know what I'm saying? You know, and person I brought him back to and stuff was like, "Where you get this from?" And was all surprised and whatnot and stuff. But that's a testimony, for me, from me to you, where whoever watching the video, from me to you, where it's like it's gonna be days like that. You know, it's gonna be days like that. You know, you're gonna be walking here, there, and whatnot and stuff. It's like, oh man, it's been 2 or 3 days, man. I'm hungry. Because remember, even though it says in Jeremiah 30:7, it says, for alas, the day is great, it's none like it, it's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That he is talking about the elect, the ones that's written in the book of life, no matter where they are and however they look, and no matter what age. The thing is that uh, uh, the Lord is going to make sure that he's going to help them. You know what I'm saying? And it might, and the thing is that, when it comes down, it's called Jacob's trouble. So it's going to be troublesome times. Don't think that you just going to, while everybody else going crazy and losing and stuff, you the only one playing loud ass music on the stereo. You know what I'm saying? You know, you eating 5-course meals and whatnot and stuff. No, you're going to get tried. It's testing time. You see? Well, every day is a test, of course, but this is going to be the final exam. You see? You know? Right? So, and if the final exam, just like they give you time within a final exam, well, guess what? It's going to be a duration for the final exam stuff in Jacob's trouble. You see, and it's going to be taxing against the soul. You see, and a lot of people won't be ready to give up. It's going to be a remnant and stuff that's going to keep going no matter no matter how hard the situation is. And you got to think back on all those times when the Lord helps you. I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't gonna bring it up, but there's been times and stuff that where it's like there was probably like a certain loss, but it was needful and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just to sustain my life. Because other than that, I probably would have been dead. You see. But anyways, this is Verse 3, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So you got to increase in that faith. These small little things and stuff that you think that's small, you know what I'm saying? Don't you know you working your faith and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? When you go outside, because anybody can be on some shit, you see, you know, you can get set up. People plotting, look at when you come into this truth, you get enemies without a cause. You see? And they're plotting on you every day and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you want the other brother, Elias Schwamba, or one of the brothers, from Great Millstone, GMS, you know, he posted a post where, you can see who's the main person and stuff in the you got a person and stuff walking, you know what I'm saying, down the street, and you got angels and demons fighting each other and stuff because the angels are keeping the demons away and stuff because you never know. See, know, you don't know what's really going on, you know, you know. So and then if you're increasing that faith and stuff, one angel is enough. You know what I'm saying? One angel is enough, but however many that the Lord puts upon, because look, the demons know us. You know what I'm saying? So how many it is, how many demons and stuff that's on us and stuff that can hop on people, that can hop on animals, you know what I'm saying, that can do some shit where it's like Final Destination. Shit was just working all good and whatnot and stuff, but now for some reason, the fan, cheap ass fan you get from Family Dollar or Dollar Tree and whatnot for $20 and stuff, motherfuckers speeding a little bit too fast. And this is just a scenario. The fan propellers and stuff are speeding a little bit too fast. You can smell the motor and whatnot and stuff, and it's like it ain't even supposed to be going that fast. And the next, it's fast enough, even though it's plastic propellers. You know what I'm saying? It could make a cut in your neck. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how fast it is. Some just happen spontaneously and whatnot, and that's a whole demon. We need y'all about Shemi Shah. You need those names first, because you can't call on any other name. You know what I'm saying? Where you be saved, as it says in Acts 4 and 12. You see? So we need that faith because it's gonna be some crazy ass shit that's gonna pop off. You know what I'm saying? Some people and stuff gonna be trying to be wise in their own conceits. It's like, yeah, I'm stay home and everything gonna be okay and whatnot and stuff. You gotta always look at it this way. If the eyes of the Lord, if the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man, even their secret parts, meaning when it come down to your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? If there's no blocking that and stuff, what makes you think that demons can't fuck with you and stuff in the spot that you claim is safe? If they can mess with your mind, then that means that they can also mess with your surroundings. You see? And you're gonna have to have faith in you. How about you outside that the angels won't have you? You know what I'm saying, right? So this is verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. So we're gonna be ridiculed, people gonna make fun of us, people gonna bring up like say if you go to court, you know what I'm saying, if if you have done anything and whatnot and stuff that they got on record, you know what I'm saying, they'll pull that shit up. You know what I'm saying, you know, it's like it. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and stuff. So, water got about you shot. So pretty much you gonna have people and stuff where it's like, oh look, we seen them do this and we seen them do that. They're gonna do anything that they can to discredit you. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the main point? The main point is that we know ultimately anybody can be influenced and stuff to go to any of these religious stuff, right? But when it comes down to the Bible and stuff, this needs to be put to a stop. So what do? They make fun of you, or they do you dirty. It's like they make fun of you, ridicule you, persecute you. You know what I'm saying? Do all different things and stuff so other people can look at you a certain type of way. Look at that movie, Enemy of the State with Will Smith. All they did was be like, oh, that nigga crazy and stuff. And guess what? Everybody else was trying to be a helper and stuff for the government. You know what I'm saying? When really he had something and stuff that was going to make the government look bad. You see? And he ain't even know it and stuff until later down the line. right? So this is it says verse 4, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to the apostles, you know what I'm saying, they was and look, I say it like this. Remember, the motive is the fact that you speak this word. Yeah, I'm walking around. The motive is that you speak this word. You see, that is the real motive. You know, you know. Look at when it came down to the 12 apostles and whatnot. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Did we not straightly? You know what I'm saying? Straightly goes into command, but it says it again. Command thee to not preach in this name, and you have before you have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine. You see, that's going to be the motive, and they're gonna want to take us down. You know what I'm saying? Because of this, it's going to be because of this word. You know, it's going to be because of this word and whatnot and stuff. Hold on. It's going to be because of this word. They don't want to hear it. It condemns them. It condemns the things that they desire to do and whatnot and stuff, and the Lord is displeased with it. You know what I'm saying? People hate to be corrected and stuff on the things that they like to do. Once they find out that it's wrong to do, they hate to hear that. It's like a know-it-all. Damn, nigga, and stuff. Is there something you don't know? You know what I'm saying? Right? And when it comes down to know-it-alls, I'm gonna say it like this. You do get the asshole know-it-alls and stuff where it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna triumph over my wisdom and whatnot and stuff, because knowledge do puff it up. That's what the scripture says. Get you proud. But the thing is that for the words, no, for most of the time and stuff, a know-it-all is just trying to put you on game so you can know what he knows. And if that's and think about it, if it's somebody, because you know if a know-it-all and stuff wanted to just keep you feeling shitty and stuff, make you feel stupid, why would he put you on game? He would just use his wisdom and stuff to manipulate and go around and whatnot and stuff and use this and use that or however way and stuff. He wouldn't put you on game and stuff with the same key sets that you could use to make yourself smarter. But guess what? Once again, scripture says, he that often being reproved hardens his neck. You see? So this is verse Sirach 2 and 3. It says, Cleave, it says verse 4, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. You know what I'm saying? So take it cheerfully. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, I was watching Elder Malcolm's video earlier talking about, pretty much to be careful. Be careful not to offend the Lord when you offend the brother. You know what I'm saying? And and not to offend the Lord when you offend the brother and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then for anybody and stuff where it's like, well, how you offend the Lord when you offend the brother and stuff? It's because if you offend the brother, you know what I'm saying, that's also an offense, because the scripture says be at peace with all men if possible. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people and stuff like to offend on purpose and stuff because they think that they're better than somebody and stuff. See, that pride. You know what I'm saying? But if you are working in that situation of pride and stuff, guess what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? You could offend the Lord and stuff, because the Lord said that pride is hateful amongst men, amongst God and man, against you. How about you, Yahshua and man? You see? So you gotta watch out. It's like, yeah, I'm doing this person because I think I'm belittling them. They ain't shit. They ain't this, that, and the third. But then at the same time, what you do can still be a crime against Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You see, it could be an offense. You see, you know, right? So this is verse 4 again. It says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully." Right. So you're gonna get name called. You're gonna get defamed. Right. It says, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't all that in a bag of chips in a lot of people's eyes anymore. You see? The scriptures do talk about how we're going to be the filth of the earth. You see? We're going to be considered the scumbags. the gum that's underneath your shoe. That's how you're gonna be. You're gonna be looking like shit.
Luna. Good girl. Come on.
Uh, we're gonna be looking like shit to these people and whatnot. You ain't nothing, you know. And then you gotta also look at it like this. There gonna be probably times and stuff where the Lord takes his hedge off like he did with Yahweh Shai. You know, Yahweh Shai was nailed up on the cross, and it's like, shoot, I was able to whip niggas with a whip. I was able to turn water into wine. It ain't no way I can't handle 3 nails. You know what I'm saying? And then he prayed up to the Heavenly Father and stuff. But it was just at the time. It was just at the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, and just to test your faith if you're gonna keep going. You see? Because if he was gonna be the sacrifice, a sin offering and stuff for all of Israel, including himself, and guess what? That hedge had to be taken off and whatnot. Because other than that, he wasn't gonna die. You see? So you know, but he was chose to a lower state. He was marred more than any man. You know what I'm saying? Marred more than any man and whatnot and stuff. Sweated blood and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? When they look at us, even though it's gradually happening, you know what I'm saying? But when they look at us and stuff a certain type of way, you know, just deal with that shit. You know, your family look at you and stuff like you ain't shit and whatnot. Because the scriptures do say that a man's foes should be those of his own household. And the household of a man and stuff is really, you know, the man, his wife, and his children. You know what I'm saying? But it could also be within the house. You know, because you'll be part of the household of an individual too and stuff. If you the child, but yeah, you older. Even if you do got kids, it don't matter. You see, right? So it says verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." Get this. It's Sirach 25:7. It says 27:5. My bad. It says, "A furnace proves a potter's vessel, so the trial of man is in his reasoning." So you're gonna go through different trials and stuff that's gonna test your reasoning according to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You know, and how you gonna play out that trial and stuff when it comes down to the understanding that you use. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you in the midst with somebody and stuff who more powerful than you and stuff, the scripture says, "Agree with thy adversary quickly." You see? And I'm talking about more powerful than you when they coming up against you. You know what I'm saying? Use that reason. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, uh, to spit on the fire and stuff and not throw woodchucks on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? So I'm gonna go back to Sirach 2:5, and we hoping to come out as that gold and that silver. You know what I'm saying? You know, and not wood and stubble. You know what I'm saying? And the wood and stubble and stuff are the main ones who's gonna get offended. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to this word, who are offenders for a word, as it says in Isaiah 29:21. You see, right? Right? We want to be able to go through these different things and stuff. Or even if we fail in something, I don't care if it's repeated or if it's repetitive. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't care if it's you know, like repetitive, meaning you're doing the same shit over and over again and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, check it, fast forward. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, work real hard and whatnot, or the certain things take discipline in yourself and whatnot and stuff to check yourself where it's like, you know, usually if this happens, it leads into this. You find yourself being willful and whatnot and stuff, but usually you need something and stuff to lure you in for it. Don't go for the lure. Matter of fact, discipline yourself in the thing that lures you into another thing and stuff that causes to be repetitive. Because the scriptures do say that all things are lawful, but now everything is expedient. You know what I'm saying? So if you have something that's lawful, you know what I'm saying? If you got something that's lawful, but it causes you to if you in a certain state and stuff, that what it does is that it causes you to go off. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe you need to check how much of what you doing, or pretty much not do it all. Shit, get on another course and stuff that's beneficial. You see, you know. you know. And I'm talking about stuff that's not just you know, that you know, that's temporarily beneficial for you. I mean, temporarily a feel good for your flesh. You know what I'm saying? Think about something stuff that that builds in the spirit and in your flesh too. You see, right? So this is I'm talking about working out. You know what I'm saying? You know, or eating herbs. You know what I'm saying, right? So this is Sirach 2:6. It says, "Believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him." You know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord will help you. You just gotta, you know, like say if there's something that you ask in the Lord and whatnot and stuff, like you don't want to be the individual of the story where you know, you shipwreck you in the water and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You praying to the Lord for help, but you want Him to help you a certain way, or you want it to come out a certain type of way and stuff. When it's blatantly in front of your face and stuff, that guess what? He heard you and stuff, and he's trying to help you. And pretty much the story is that Gal won the water. You know what I'm saying? You know, he prayed to the Lord and stuff for help. Boat come past. He say no. He declines the help and says that the Lord is gonna help. You know what I'm saying? Two other boats come past and keep saying no and stuff, and the motherfucker drown. You don't want to be somebody that's oblivious to the help that the Lord has given you. You don't want to be one of those. You see, that's gonna get you destroyed like him. He drowned. You see, you know, So believe in him. You know, and be aware of the signs. You see, be aware of the signs. So it says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way of right and trust in him. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. And the word lest meaning that not ye fall. Ye means you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure that you'll feel better if you're not repetitive all the time in certain things and stuff where it's like, damn man, I should have been got a hold of this. You know what I'm saying? I know too much and stuff to not have this on the wrap and checked. You know what I'm saying? Right? And even in the midst of fall and whatnot and stuff, sometimes that just be for a build up. You know what I'm saying? What's that song that was in Shrek and stuff? He said the minor fall, the major lift. Hey, the Lord can do that. Matter of fact, it's gonna say that. It says verse 8, it says, ye that fear the Lord believe him, and your reward shall not fail. And what's the ultimate reward we want? Forgiveness of sins, salvation on the first go round, or even the power, because shit, you know, the power to be able to endure. You see, right? And it says, verse 9, it says, ye that fear the Lord hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, it says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? You see, and all of those things and stuff will have to be applied because it's going to be individuals going to know the name, and the Lord going to be like, depart from me, those who work iniquity. You see, and you got iniquity is sin, no matter which one it is. Now, yeah, there are sins and stuff that we can't, I mean, unless you got the money for it and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you can't really avoid. You can't wear 100% fabric, you know, and you know, um, since there's so many females out there who like to lie, being saying that they're single and whatnot, even if you don't talk to them and stuff, you look at a female, and she got a fat ass and whatnot, or she got some big titties and stuff. So I know a brother and stuff, Ephraim, yeah, Ephraimite. You know what I'm saying? He like females with fat ankles, and I understand what he's talking about and stuff, and it look real good on the Asians. It's pretty much where you just thick all over. You know what I'm saying? No fat. You just a husky individual, but you still got a banging body and whatnot and stuff. It looks good. I know what he's talking about. At first I laughed and stuff, but now I know. Now I know thick ankles. I know what he's talking about. And plus the Lord said we'll kill your nation and stuff, and that's strange, weird to most motherfuckers and stuff. It's weird to me that some people like feet. I can understand they look good and with all and whatnot and stuff with the white toenail polish and shit. You know what I'm saying? At the tips. You know what I'm saying? You just got the invisible, the clear gloss on it and stuff. I can understand that and stuff, but you got individuals who like feet. And that's just the thing. That's just their thing. You know, got individuals like nibbling on the ears and whatnot and stuff. You see, you know, but Slovakia, uh, uh, we're a peculiar nation and whatnot and stuff, right? You know, verse 10, it said, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? On whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And you need all those. You need all of those and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, you need to trust in him. You know what I'm saying? You need to abide in his fear. You know what I'm saying? And he's not going to despise you and stuff if you call upon his name. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? You know. So this is verse 11. And I know there's gonna be people out there and stuff be like, well, how can we trust you if your ass be going off as well and whatnot? Well, none of us is fucking perfect. You see, if I was perfect and stuff, then guess what? I wouldn't be on this earth. He would have pulled me up off this motherfucker already, like he did Enoch, or I would have died a shameful death. Or not, I mean not shameful, but it still would have been a shameful death and stuff. But still, But no. Depending on what it is, you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot on that one. Or he would have, I would have got slayed and whatnot and stuff. I would have died in martyrdom. You know what I'm saying? You see? So this is verse 11. It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering. But guess what? That long suffering goes both ways. But it's like, all right, look, I'm gonna punish you lightly. Are you doing it again? I'm gonna punish you a little heavier than before. Are you doing it again? So now it's gonna be heavier. Doing it again, I'm gonna do it heavier. You do it again, I'm gonna heavier do it healthier and stuff. And I remember the brother Yahweh, he was with the brothers in Des Moines, Illinois. You know what I'm saying? The brother Matati and them. And the thing is that uh, he was talking about that you never know how far your mercy that the Lord is going to give you stretches. If you saw it was over with and stuff when it came down to King Saul, don't nobody want that. Even though we in a grace period, you can still get rejected. You get rejected. And look what most of the rejection has been when it comes down to a lot of people who even knew the word and stuff. Guess what? They fell back in the word, fell back in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even the spirit born in their body anymore. That shit gone. You see? Holy Spirit taken away. That's rejection. When you can no longer understand the will of the Lord, that is rejection. You see? So this is verse 11 again. It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering. You know what I'm saying? It says, and Israel is a hard-headed nation. You know what I'm saying? They like for the words to go in one ear and out the other. You see, and it says, and very pitiful. Now, I'm just saying that the long suffering goes both ways. You know, right? It says, and very pitiful and forgiving sins and saving in time of affliction. It says, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands and the sinner that goeth to waste. You don't want to be doubtful in this. Oh, yeah, I don't think the Lord is going to do it and whatnot. Matter of fact, verse 13, it says, woe unto him that is faint hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. So you got to believe. It's like this, that makes parents angry. You know, you constantly asking for something and stuff, and they're saying, I told you I'm going to get it. Yeah, I'm going to get it. I got you. I got you. I got you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like that and stuff, but it's a lot of things and stuff. It's not on your own time. Hold on. A lot of things is not on your own time and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then, that's a testing period too, patience. So then, things ain't happening fast enough and you sit up here and be like, man, you ain't gonna get it, man. You lying, man. You ain't gonna get it. You just playing with me. Woo, woo. They get mad at you. It's like, no, nigga, I'm gonna get it and stuff. You just gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? You know? It was only 5 milligrams, so like that's gonna make that's gonna that's gonna that's gonna get uh you make the Heavenly Father mad. You know what I'm saying? You make him mad and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, nah, trust me and whatnot and stuff. That's like saying you in a relationship. Yeah, this another example. Say if you're in a relationship and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You telling your girl that you're gonna get her this and get her that and whatnot and stuff, right? You know, and she over here tripping and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because things ain't really working on her time and stuff, but you gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I told you to trust me. I told you I was gonna get this and get that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just had to wait. You know that's gonna make the husband mad. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, look, I want you to trust me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm saying that you're not trusting me and stuff, that's gonna piss me off. You see? So this is is verse 14 again. It says, "Woe unto you." No. Verse 13 it says, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted and whatnot and stuff." You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, uh, the Lord doesn't like anybody and stuff who don't trust him. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then this is what you can do. This is what you can do when it comes down to like the times in the past. You probably didn't notice it at first and stuff, but the times in the past, look at all those different, even if it's small, look at all those times and stuff that he delivered you, or look at all those times and stuff that he delivered you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or helped you out of that jam. You know what I'm saying? You know, or got you something and stuff by surprise and you didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about something that's beneficial for you and stuff. You know? Shoot, the different times and stuff that motherfuckers walking here, walking there, or the spirit be like, no, make this left, make this right and stuff, and it was $20 on the ground. Man, you know, benefit, you know, there's and many others, right? Verse 14, it says, "Woe unto you that lost patience." You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much to give up completely, you know. That's pretty much to give up completely. You know what I'm saying, right? It says, "Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you and stuff?" You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everything look like it's going good. You ain't really going through no different trials and stuff like that and stuff. Because look, a person's ideals is that if everything's all good and whatnot, you're blessed. But Yahushua, Job, well, all the apostles, all the righteous men, you know what I'm saying? Look at Job. Job, a lot of motherfuckers ain't going through that, ain't trying to go through that and stuff, unless there's just nothing they can do. But a lot of people ain't like when it come down to Job, that was a very testing time for him, man. He lost his children and stuff because they didn't believe. He tried to make sacrifices for his sons and stuff, but Lord, like, nah, it's too late. They gonna be up here with me. His wife was talking shit against him, trying to get him to curse the Lord and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because with his riches gone and stuff, then guess what? Her shit was gone too. You see? You know, her comfortable life and stuff was through. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a bet to prove that Job wasn't gonna quit on him, no matter how stupid he looked, by still worshiping and stuff, even though the Lord took everything away from him. You see? You know, you know. I see the morning. You see, you know. But if you just completely just give up and whatnot and stuff, guess what? The Lord probably would have kept Job in that state. Nah, nigga, you ain't finna get, not to call him a nigga and stuff. I'm just, speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine it's like, because when you read the end of when you read towards the end and whatnot and stuff, what did the Lord do? He gave him twice as much. And Job was already a rich man. Like, the man had lands. You know what I'm saying? He had servants. He had servants upon servants. He had cattle upon cattle. You know what I'm saying? If you got a cow is a big fucking animal and stuff, and the thing, and back then, because the yield is all weak too. You know what I'm saying? The vegetation is not as strong as it was years ago. Look at You know, look back when before chainsaws was created and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? They had those long ass saws and stuff where two guys had to be on the end, and them trees would be big as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know, so look at the yield. So you know, a cow was large. A cow was large as hell, right? And he got plenty of them. Not just a. And when it come down to these farms and the different stables and you know and country folks and stuff that you live off the land and whatnot and stuff and the mighty vast amount of cows and animals that they have and sheep and whatnot and stuff ain't compared to what Job had. And then he got double at the end of winning his trial. You see, you know, he got double. So this is it says right, so if Job would have been like, man, skip this and did what his wife did and whatnot, who's to say that the Lord would have kept him in that state or even make it even worse? It's like, well, guess what? Now I ain't finna heal you of these boils and stuff. Guess what? You finna stay with them. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you having boils all over your body and stuff. You can't sit down. You know, you itchy all over and whatnot. Pus probably coming out. You ugly looking and shit and stuff, looking old or something. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a fucking mutant and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know, homies get down on you even more and whatnot and stuff, or they just up and leave. But who's to say what was gonna happen? You see, you know, if he would have quit, but he kept going, and guess what? He got twice as much. Got his children fat, if you understand reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? You know, probably got some more wives. You know what I'm saying? And his money got doubled. He was already rich, like million billionaire type rich and stuff, but then it gets doubled. And I ain't talking about he just go up $2 billion. Right? He had a lot more. And that's what the Lord is promising onto us and stuff if we keep going. You know what I'm saying? You can't let nothing cause you to fall, man, not even yourself. You see? It says verse 14, so we can't go back in this world. You know what I'm saying? You know, now it's not really up to us. It's the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? It's the Father of spirits. But we got to keep praying, pray without ceasing and stuff. That ain't our lots. It says verse 14 again. It says, "Woe to you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?" You see, and a lot of people and stuff is being visited. You know what I'm saying? You had an old girl and stuff, you know what I'm saying? She got sucked into a plane engine or propellers and whatnot and stuff and got grinded to bits. You know what I'm saying? You know, these public executions and stuff are getting fucking gruesome. Why? Because they're disobedient. You see? And when you see that shit and stuff, it's like, oh, nah, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know. Everybody thinking they finna get a shot to the head and stuff, or a couple of bullets and stuff that outweighs and stuff 50 cent and stuff, and they just gonna die from a couple of quick zaps and whatnot and stuff, and just leak out. No, man, Lord ain't having it where it's like that. Some people, yeah, people are getting shot still and stuff, but a lot of people and stuff are not going out that way. And I wish they still had bestboard.com and hood site TV. I wish they still had that and stuff because you'll have people and stuff driving stupid on the highway expressway and stuff, and they get and their bodies open up and stuff where you know those metal beams that be on the outside and stuff, the metal beams that be on the outside and whatnot, you know, they have that metal and stuff will still be intact. It'll still probably be a little bent and whatnot, but you'll see where the blood started at from the edge all the way towards the middle, and they just sitting in the middle with a beam stuck in their stomach. That's some horrible shit. And you can't move. You still got to breathe and whatnot and stuff. So you got that shit touching that metal. You don't know if it's rusted and stuff. You woo to woo. And when you're moving and stuff, it feels like you still getting cut into. It's crazy, bro. You don't want that shit. You don't want that shit. Not every death is gonna be fucking peaceful, you know. Or you wake up and stuff and you in heaven. Not every death gonna be like that, man. Some of that shit gonna be slow, and some of that shit gonna be fast, but still painful as fuck. So, die for a good cause and not stupidity. You see? right? So this is verse 15. It says, "They that fear the Lord will not disobey His word." It says, "And they that love Him will keep His ways." Because if you love Me, keep My commandments, as it says in John 14:15. It says, verse 16. It says, "They that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, will seek that which is well pleasing unto Him." It says, "And they that love Him shall be filled with the law." It says, "They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in His sight, saying, We will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as His majesty is, so is His mercy." You see, you know, you gotta have that thought process and stuff, where you still got to do your part. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will meet you halfway and stuff. You want this mercy and stuff? Well, guess what? I need that effort. You know what I'm saying? And when I say effort and stuff, I'm talking about the actual works. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit up there and be like, I had the thought process and I had the mind frame and stuff, to come through and stuff. But at a point and stuff, I just gave up and whatnot and stuff. It's like, well, if you would have took like two more steps and stuff, nigga, the mercy would have been there for you. You see? You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going and not give up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this. It's a giant guessing game. You know that you Israel. You know what I'm saying? You know that you Israelite. And the thing is, you don't know if you're gonna get saved. And the only best thing to do is to see. So therefore, do you want to be an individual and stuff where it's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want? He gonna save me anyways and whatnot. You wouldn't even do that to a motherfucker who treated you like that. You know what I'm saying? Or looked at you that way and whatnot. You wouldn't even be willing to help somebody that's like that. So why do you think you're gonna do it to the Lord? You see, you'll look at that as being disrespectful and stuff, but yeah, you being disrespectful to the Lord. You see, to Yahweh Shem Shah. And it's like this: if you want to sit up there and do right, it's since you don't know, uh, what's that old saying? Better safe than sorry. Well, the safest is to do godly things and stay in that godly state. Get rid of your bad fucking habits and whatnot, especially if it's distracting you enough to get you destroyed. Get your shit together and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be seen and stuff if you be part of the elect or not. You see? No matter the deep fakes, no matter what people try to say, whatever, this, that, and the third, hey, the Lord has his own regimen and stuff on how things supposed to go. You follow that and stuff, and guess what? He gonna make sure he got you. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Harakakadash. Double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, wa Baba, Kwam, Yashua.